Well, let's face it, not many people enjoy filing their taxes. But as this year's tax deadline gets closer, there's some good news. Gina Wagner is a regional director for H&R Block. Gina, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, give us the good news. I want to hear taxes and good news.
Right, so the great news is the family-friendly tax breaks that were extended. So if you think back to the fiscal cliff, there was all this question around, were they going to be extended, were they not? And they were. So the top three that I think about that I think are the most family-friendly are the child tax credit, which equates to $1,000 per dependent, which is a pretty big deal. The other one is the ability to itemize and deduct all your local and sales tax, state and local sales tax that you pay throughout the year. And then lastly is there's a $250 credit out there for teachers and educators as a credit for them to get reimbursed for any any expenses they've had in the classroom, which is great.
So often for those new folks that are filing taxes for the first few times,
right?
They miss some of those deductions. Why is that?
Well, taxes are complicated, even for smart people. So there are a lot of missed deductions every year, and I like to think of it as money being left on the table. So the top ones that I think about are, the wrong filing status. So to give you an example, let's say a single mother with 2 children makes $40,000 a year. She may file single, where in fact she should have filed head of household, leaving $600 on the table. The other thing is there's 25 million taxpayers that file a Schedule C, whether it's for a small business or whatever. And it's what can be claimed on it, what's available, those kinds of things. And the last one is probably the earned income credit. So 1 out of 5 taxpayers are eligible for this credit and may not have even been eligible for it last year, but are this year and could possibly miss it. About $5,800. So lots of missed deductions and credits.
We want to take advantage of those for sure. Now, filing requirements depend on a number of things. Tell us about those.
So it has a lot to do with your life, your life and your life changes. So are you a family? Do you own a home? How big is your family? Just lots of different things play into that.
Okay, who can safely use those popular tax filing software that's out there on the market? Who would you recommend do those as opposed to going and seeing someone face to face?
Highly competent people.
Highly educated folks out there.
Highly educated people. So I said that it's very complicated, even for smart people. So if you have not had any changes this year in your life, using a self-prepared type product might be the way to go. But if you've had any changes in your life, buying a home, having a child, sending a child off to school, I think it's time to probably go talk to somebody who is an expert in this industry. So
how does it help to see someone face to face?
Well,
to see a tax professional and to have them explain it to you. Not that they want you to hold their hand through the process, but sometimes we need that.
Absolutely. Have
Especially when money's on the table.
Yeah, and have you ever tried to talk to a computer? It doesn't really work so well.
No.
So being able to talk with somebody who's educated in this, you're able to have a dialogue so you can really get to the root of all these different things that you may be eligible for, that when in fact if you're not being asked those questions or sharing that information, it could be missed.
What are some common tax mistakes?
Well, filing status is one, and really just not knowing what you're eligible for and, how your situation fits with all of the different things that are out there. So it's really just comes down to lots of eligible credits and deductions that are there. People don't know about them, and the box doesn't tell you that. So it's really just knowing your situation best.
I love it. Great advice, Gina. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for stopping
Thank
by.
You.